all this time, from the time of I decided to follow Christ, I was always praying and asking Christ, how is the land of hell? How does hell look like? How is it? I mean, I've had people have these experiences about hell. How is it? The night I slept at Mike's place, I experienced hell. Not in the sense that they brought hell to me. No. They are Christians, and they were very good people to me. Now, when it came to going to bed, we went to bed. It was around 1. We went to bed, we turned off the lights, and the moment we turned off the bedroom lights, the room was dark. A few seconds after that, I started seeing figures walking, dark figures. I mean, the room was already dark, but the figures were darker than the darkness in the room. You could see these figures in the darkness. That was strange, I could see them walk around, through the walls. And I got in this deep sleep. When I got in this deep sleep, this is what I experienced. I saw 2 firefighters from America that had just died. Now, one of them was a guy you'd say that this is a nice guy, this is a good man, this is a good person. And the other was, that troublesome friend, And these 2 guys were friends. But they had just died. They had just died in a fire. Interesting enough, they had just died in America that same night. The same night I was at Mike's place. They had just died. In real life in America, they had just died. They died in a fire. They had gone to do their firefighting, and they died in the fire. There was an explosion or something, and they died. When they died, they immediately came to hell. Now, I was a witness in this dream. Think of it as a camera. I could stand and look around this environment. So what happens? They ascend to hell through an elevator, and it was all this metallic mechanism of an elevator. The walls were metallic and everything was metallic. And then when they came down, they were in hell. But in hell, where they had come, these demons have a power of mimicking environments. They create illusions. So they had created this illusion of an environment. Both of these guys went to hell at their own, So one was called Johnny, and the other one, I don't remember the name. But I concentrated on one of them, Johnny. So when Johnny got out of this elevator lift, he landed in this alley, and in the alley there was a door on his right. The first door that you saw on the right, there was a room, and in this room there were 2 demons. One demon had morphed into his wife on the earth, and the other had morphed into his friend that he died with in the fire. Remember, they had both come to hell. So this demon created the illusion of his friend's image. It's like a mask, a masquerade. So when he came to this room, he saw his friend. They were in a corner. Imagine you just enter a room and you look at the far, right corner. And yeah, they were there. And me, I was witnessing. I was just simply witnessing. I was seeing all this. It's like I was standing within the walls and I was looking at them. He entered the room and he saw his friend. And he was happy. He ran towards him. He hugged him and I was like, hey, how come, where are we? How come you're here? You know? And his friend and the wife, the other demon they were both demons, and the demon that acted like, that had created the illusion of his wife, or the masquerade of his wife, they started touching each other, sexually, inappropriately, to provoke him. And he was like, hey, how come you're touching my wife, And the wife smiled and, stuff like that. And when he came to fight, he hugged the wife, like he pulled her away while hugging her. And then I had a moment where I saw that demon. It looked me in the eyes. And I looked it in the eyes and it smiled. Like it had this sinister smile, like. And I knew what it meant. It was like, I'm gonna rip him to shreds. I'm gonna rip him to pieces. And that demon knew that I was there. It could see me. So after it saw me, it hugged him like this. And its fingers transformed into claws, like long claws. And imagine someone, piercing your back with claws. And they pierced his back with claws. And then they pulled them out like. And after they did that, he was screaming, and you could see chunks of meat, upon the pulling, You could see chunks of meat that had come out of the holes, and it was strange, lots of blood. As he was still experiencing the pain, the environment shifted. And now he was in a forest. And in this forest he was like, oh, I have to run. So he starts running. Running. He finds someone along the path. And this person acts like a friend. They're like, hey, what's wrong? Do you need help? He was like, yes. He told him, what happened? Oh, someone, these people want to kill me. They did this and that and that. He's like, yes, those people want to kill you. Even me, they tried to. So let's run. Let me help you. So as the other person he met was also a demon. They were the same demons, but they were creating illusions. Everything around were demons. The trees, the forest, everything were illusions. And when this demon or this person he met said, let me help you up, he tried to help him up, like when someone is trying to help you run so that you run fast. It held him like this and it did the claws, and I saw the claws, and it slashed his loins, his abdomen, and all his innards, all his guts fell out to the ground in the soil. I saw the intestines, I saw the belly, oh my God. And this guy collected them and put them back. I remember seeing part of the soil on his innards and he put them back. And at this time it was so lonely. Like the whole place got quiet. And this guy kept running around like that. He kept running around in circles. And the worse it got. And I saw this. And after that, I got out of that place. That environment, seeing this guy's life. And I was now standing on tiles. Like tiles. Imagine like tiles. And these tiles they had, well, it's where these people were. It's like they were in tiles or squares or something like that. So like you could walk on top of these tiles. Imagine looking at tiles like that. You know, you look at a tile, and in a tile there's someone, and in another there's someone, and there's someone, and all these tiles are like screens, you know. That's what I saw, and I was standing in this ditch, and this ditch was in form of a grave, and there were these tiles. And I looked up in the sky where it should be the sky, but it was dark. It was dark, or it's like the ceiling of hell. And there were demons. I saw these demons, they were flying. And this particular one, this one demon came and it levitated right in front of me. You know, it was flapping its wings, looking at me like this, and it smiled. It smiled, and I saw its teeth, like. And this demon it looked like Batman. It looked like a bat. If you ever seen a bat and a human being, imagine a muscular human being with a normal human body, but with fur like goat fur or bat fur. But it looked like goat fur, but with a head of a bat. But this head of a bat, it had the nose like a bat, and it had eyes like a human, you know, but it had ears like a bat, you know, and wings, the wings of a bat. Just imagine that kind of picture. And that thing smiled at me like, it had very white teeth. It smiled at me like, and it flew up there. It flew at a high speed, like whoosh, flapping, and it went up to the ceiling. And on the ceiling, I saw brimstone. And this brimstone was like, you know how you go to an ice cave, you know, and you see ice, water that was melting down and then got stuck. You know, like ice, it got frozen. That's how the brimstone was. And this brimstone was in solids, you know. So they could go and break chunks of brimstone, like breaking ice, like ta. And then they come and crush it, like shh, and then they pour it on top of these tiles where these people were. And then their torments would increase. And it splashed some of that brimstone on me, on my back like this. And I felt the pain. The pain I felt was like you have been burnt with acid. Imagine someone pours acid on your back. That acid rips away the skin. It digs deep in your skin, and it's an open wound. And someone gets nails, and they start scraping those nails in that wound. You still feel the burning sensation of the acid. You feel the sensation of an open wound, because skin is broken skin now. It's exposed, and you feel that pain of nails or scratches, you know, being scraped against. That's the pain I felt. I was like, I felt it. The other thing I saw when I was still looking around this environment at first, I looked around and it looked like a cylinder. Like it looked like a hole. Like imagine they had dug like a hole, like a cylindrical hole. And in this cave, imagine a cave in the ground, in rocky ground, but dug. You're in a hole, but it's a cylindrical hole. Because from my point of view, I saw I was on the ground, and it was a cylindrical hole up, all the way up. And on the sides of this hole, I could see floors or layers or levels. Like the first floor, second floor, third floor. I could see many. They had built these balconies, or these sheds, you know, on these levels, because there was a rail and all these demons were standing. There were very many demons standing around. And what these demons did, they were singing a song. And the song was so sad. That song was so sad. They sang in a very slow mood and they hummed and sang like like what how they hummed. I understood what the song meant. They were like, they are gonna burn, something like that, and they're gonna burn forever in so much pain. It's like they were singing such a song, sad song, but it hummed and it felt nice. I don't know how I can explain this. Imagine a sad song, but it's catchy. It sounds good. I mean, you feel what someone sings. I felt this sadness when I heard the song, and that's when I woke up. I was on the internet a few, maybe days or weeks. I said, let me check up on the internet and see. And it was in September, I think 2016, when I experienced that. So I think it was around the 20th of September. I don't know exactly when. Was it the 21st or 25th or 22nd? Something like that, but in the 20s. And I looked online and I saw an article of the same men, they had died. I was like, wow, this is strange. Those guys had died. I saw them that day they had died. I saw them go to hell that same day they had died. They had died here on the earth. Hell is real and anyone can go there. We have to ask the Holy Spirit to guide us so that we are not wrong before God, because Christians are going to hell. Christians are going to hell. Christians who are living a double life. I pray I never go to hell. I pray that no one ever goes to that place. It is so real. It is so painful. I mean, that's just the part I saw. God bless you.